Hello there, you're watching TVS Nightline. Here with me, Cheryl Shamina. Let's get to the headlines. Now, the 12th state election will be held next year. However, the date has yet to be made. It was revealed by Chief Minister Dato' Patinggi Abang Johari Tun Openg.
I don't know when. It had to, now it's December.
He said this when officiating the 24th anniversary celebration and the launching of the Last Ring Ladies mural on Monday. He further said the 12th state election was supposed to be held this year, but the COVID-19 pandemic derailed the plan.
Planning was earlier, but because of the COVID, people comes first, so we have to delay that.
The current State Legislative Assembly term expires on June 6, 2021.
Right. Now, Chief Minister Dato' Patinggi Abang Johari Tun Openg said the Sarawak government has never used the term Darul Hana to refer to Sarawak. He said the issue was sensationalized by numerous parties.
There's no attempt to change the Sarawak into the Hana. We had to go to day one. No issue, just to create issue. I was surprised. Mun kerjaan buat itu saya tahu. Saya pun sih tahu juga.
Abang Johari stressed that the state government only uses the term Darul Hana to name bridges, housing development and mosques. Among them included the Darul Hana Bridge at Kuching Waterfront, Darul Hana Housing and Darul Hana Mosque at the resettlement area of Seberang Hilir in Petrajaya.
Earlier in his speech, Dato' Patinggi Abang Johari Tun Openg wants the Padawan Municipal Council or MPP to place emphasis on 3 sectors, namely services, tourism and agriculture, for the betterment of the municipality. Now, these sectors gave the council an extra advantage over the city's 2 local councils, Kuching North City Commission (DBKU) and Kuching South City Council (MBKS).
Padawan Municipal Council has 3 basic economic activities that can expand the economy of this municipality. Number 1 is, of course, services. Number 2 is tourism attraction. As mentioned by the minister just now, you got a lot of attraction. When you talk about tourism, it includes our culture in this area. Number 3 is the potential in agriculture. And these are the 3 sectors, I think.
Also present were Local Government and Housing Minister Dato' Sri Dr. Sim Kui Hian, Tourism, Arts and Culture Minister Dato' Abdul Karim Rahman Hamzah, Ministry of Tourism, Arts and Culture Permanent Secretary Hee Chang Ki, Kuching South City Council Mayor Dato' Wee Hong Seng, and Kuching North City Commission Mayor Dato' Junaidi Redwan.
There is no need to raise fear on matters related to freedom of religion, authority over land and upholding of Sabah and Sarawak's native customs and traditions. Now, according to Minister in the Prime Minister's Department, Sabah and Sarawak Affairs, Dato' Seri Dr. Maximus Ongkili, this was because the rights would continue to be protected in the guaranteed status under the Federal Constitution and Sabah and Sarawak state laws, as well as related existing policies.
Jika terdapat penyalahgunaan kuasa yang terjejas, yang menjejas kebebasan ataupun melibatkan tindakan zalim mana-mana pihak ke atas hak-hak yang dijamin oleh undang-undang seperti yang termaktub di atas batu sumpah keniau, maka perkara tersebut boleh dibawa ke meja perundangan dan pengadilan dan dibangkitkan di Dewan Yang Mulia ini atau di Dewan Undangan Negeri.
He was replying to a Member of Parliament for Iskandar Putri, Lim Kiat Singh, on the time frame and the government's plan to table the agreements inscribed on the Keningau Oath Stone. Maximus further said the 3 agreements on the Oath Stone in general had been stipulated as the guaranteed rights for Sabah under the Federal Constitution.
Welcome back. Now a look into our local tourism industry. Malaysia's tourism industry incurred an estimated 100 billion ringgit in losses in 2020 due to the COVID-19 pandemic.
Tourism, Arts and Culture Minister Datuk Seri Nancy Shukri said efforts are ongoing to promote domestic tourism activities and assist businesses to ensure they remain competitive and resilient. Incentives and assistance were channeled through initiatives under the Economic Recovery Plan, also known as Penjana, and Economic Stimulus Package Prihatin, as well as vouchers and discount to encourage Malaysians to travel domestically.
Manakala di pihak kementerian sendiri iaitu MOTEC, kita telah dan akan terus melaksanakan inisiatif khusus seperti menawarkan kursus domestic tourism vibes secara dalam talian, pengecualian bayaran fee lesen bagi pengusaha pelancongan dan pemandu pelancongan, pemberian diskaun dan pelanjutan pembayaran kompaun kepada semua pengusaha pelancongan dan pemandu pelancongan berlesen, dan membangun dan menyediakan platform online seperti laman www.malaysia.travel bagi membolehkan penggiat industri pelancongan memapar, mempromosi dan menawarkan pakej dan produk pelancongan mereka secara percuma.
She further said the ministry also offers financial assistance through its Tourism Infrastructure Fund, Special Tourism Fund, and Penjana Tourism Financing, as well as tax relief for eligible tour companies.
The Sarawak Disaster Management Committee, or SDMC, has decided to reduce the mandatory quarantine period in Sarawak from 14 to 10 days in line with the Health Ministry's decision with immediate effect.
In a statement, SDMC said that Sarawakians who return from overseas are to undergo mandatory quarantine for 10 days at designated quarantine centres. As for non-Sarawakians and non-Malaysians, they have to undergo mandatory quarantine for 10 days and take the RT-PCR test at the first points of entry. The negative RT-PCR test result will be valid for 3 days before entry into Sarawak. They will be given home quarantine order until the 14th day. Meanwhile, all citizens and non-citizens returning from Peninsular Malaysia, Sabah and Labuan must also undergo quarantine for 10 days at a designated quarantine centre. Apart from that, no new COVID-19 cases were recorded in Sarawak on Monday, maintaining the total cumulative tally of positive cases in the state at 1,075.
Now, the National Task Force, or NTF, will continue with its duties even after the COVID-19 pandemic ends. Now, according to Chief of Defence Force General Tan Sri Afendi Buang, this was because the NTF had shown that it was capable of stopping foreign migrants from crossing the country's borders during the COVID-19 pandemic.
Commenting on the integrated patrols at the country's border, Afendi said that the armed forces together with other enforcement agencies, including the police, were stationed at the borders according to predetermined sectors. Regarding cross-border crime, Afendi voiced his disappointment as the majority of crimes were committed by locals who were taken advantage of the current situation during the COVID-19 pandemic. In the 7 months under Ops Benteng, they had successfully detained 9,677 migrants, 831 human traffickers, and 374 smugglers.
The Eastern Sabah Security Command, or ESCOM, has detained 40 individuals involved in 25 cases related to the smuggling of drugs and cigarettes in the Eastern Sabah Security Zone, or S-Zone, over the past 2 months.
ESCOM Commander Dato' Ahmad Fuad said the success was made possible by the operation to curb illegal immigrants overland conducted since October 7, as the second line of enforcement after the sea operation. During the same period, 10 skippers and 58 illegal immigrants were also nabbed over various offences with total seizures worth 1.19 million ringgit. He said the smart deployment concept among security forces had enabled the sharing of expertise, logistics, and radar facilities in an effective manner to monitor 62 hotspot areas in X-Zone under the land operation. Meanwhile, he said the land operation initiative had managed to reduce the number of illegal entries and smuggling cases from neighboring countries.
A total of 12 Indonesians were deported after they were caught trying to enter the state illegally on December 13, 2020.
According to the 1st Division Infantry Malaysia, the first case occurred at 1:25 p.m. involving 3 individuals, 1 adult male, one adult female, and a girl from Saparan, Indonesia, who were trying to gain entry into the state using illegal routes. Around 2:30 p.m., 2 Indonesian men were spotted by the patrol team and were arrested. Following an investigation, it was found that they intended to enter the state in search for a job. The third case involved 2 Indonesian men who were arrested at 3:05 p.m. Meanwhile, a total of 5 individuals comprising 3 men and 2 women were arrested in the Tebedu sector at 11 p.m. on the same day. They were found without proper documentation and were using the illegal routes to enter into the state with the intention to work in Cebu.
Hello there, welcome back. Now, the Ministry of Entrepreneur Development and Cooperatives (MEDAC) is assisting small businesses nationwide to go digital. Now, this initiative was implemented as a vital move to ensure their survival in the post-COVID-19. Meanwhile, TVS dived into the views from the public to gather their positive response.
Benda ya memang bagus lah because kami sendiri pun lepas masa kita PKP ya, lepas PKP ya nak memang kami dah fikir bahawa macam ni kami nak mula bisnes. So bagi orang yang ada sikit-sikit basic ya pandai lah dia mula nak online ya pun macam main post-post saja, dan bagi usahawan-usahawan yang macam ada yang si pandai ke IT, it's good lah for them lah because online tu memang membantu sangat-sangat untuk apa nama usahawan baru ya. Memang perlulah digitalkan bisnes kita itu because pandemic nak. So
kalau ikut dunia sekarang tu, zaman teknologi tu, online tu hanya satu platform yang bagus untuk industri kecil sederhana ataupun untuk perniagaan. Karenanya direct untuk orang awam. Dan dalam pada masa yang sama, penggunaan online, berniaga online tu boleh diterapkan dalam Facebook sebagai contoh ataupun secara live FB seperti apa yang dibuat orang pada zaman sekarang tu, di mana viewersnya untuk melihat kita pun produknya amat besar.
Minister of Entrepreneur Development and Cooperatives Datuk Sri Dr. Wan Junaidi Tuanku Jafar said the ministry was optimistic on the digital move of the 25,000 small businesses nationwide. The program was targeted to create the awareness and assist in the migration of businesses from traditional to digital. Under the program, Wan Junaidi also added that the National Entrepreneurship Institute has helped train 5,000 entrepreneurs to shift their bricks and mortar business operations into digital via a special coaching program. Meanwhile, the overall cost involved to help small businesses go online would be huge, but MEDAC will be keen to work with other ministries on this.
Right. Now, upgrading works of Bayai water treatment, which includes increasing its treated water output, are expected to be completed by the second quarter of 2021. According to the Sarawak Rural Water Supply Department, the upgrading works were currently ongoing, and the treated water output was targeted to be increased from 33.33 million litres per day to 53.33 million litres per day.
According to Sri Aman Rural Water Supply Department Engineer Adzahari Baini, the project cost an estimated of 21.5 million ringgit and the current work progress is at 40.44%.
Projek ini sekitar 21.5 juta yang kini telah bermula pada 4 Mei 2019 dan dijangka siap pada suku tahun 2021 iaitu Mei tahun hadapan. Okey, setakat ini kemajuan projek tersebut adalah 40.44%. Okey, setelah siapnya projek ini nanti dalam projek rakyat, okey, ia akan dapat menampung kapasiti pengguna di Sri Aman, khususnya kepada Bandar Simanggang. Ia juga akan meningkatkan tekanan bekalan air dan juga coverage area untuk di bahagian Sri Aman.
Now look into our sports sector. Former national coach B. Satyanathan has been appointed Premier League outfit Sarawak United's technical director for 2 years, effective from January 2021.
He said that he agreed to the appointment after being impressed by Sarawak United President Datuk Posa Majais planning to ensure the team would qualify for the Super League in 2022, as well as the team's program to empower the development of their young players, including those from the Youth Cup, Under-19 and President's Cup, Under-21. Sarawak won the Premier League title in 1997 and 2013, the FA Cup in 1992, and the Sultan Haji Ahmad Shah Trophy in 1998.
Former Liverpool manager Gerard Houllier had reportedly passed away at age 73. According to sources, it was revealed that the legendary coach underwent aortic aneurysm surgery 3 weeks ago and had returned home yesterday upon being discharged from the hospital.
Houllier was most well known in England for the 6 years he spent in charge at Anfield, winning a cup treble for the Reds in 2001 by securing the FA Cup, League Cup and UEFA Cup. After being replaced by Rafael Benitez on Merseyside, Houllier took charge of Lyon, where he enjoyed further success with consecutive League One and Trophy des Champions triumphs. Houllier also won a number of individual awards during his coaching career and garnered an impressive Continental Haul as a managerial position in the 2001 UEFA Cup Team of the Year. European Coach of the Year, World Soccer Magazine World Manager of the Year, and ONS or Coach of the Year awards also came in tandem. Houllier coached the likes of Steven Gerrard, Robert Pires, David Ginola, Sami Hyypiä, and many more, and has been widely lauded throughout his career for his gentleman personality.
And that concludes TVS Nightline. Here with me, Cheryl Shamina. I'll see you next time. Stay tuned. Bye-bye.